Greetings and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the San Marcos Royals versus the Lompoc Braves. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from the press box here at Houck Stadium, where the 2-6 Royals are set to take on the 6-2 Braves. The Royals take the field tonight after losing a heartbreaker last week, falling 33-28 to Dos Pueblos. The Braves, on the other hand, come into tonight's game on a 4-game win streak after knocking off Santa Barbara last Saturday night by a score of 28-11. So with only 2 games remaining in league play, an upset win by the Royals tonight would keep their slim playoff hopes alive, while a Lompoc victory would virtually knock San Marcos out of the postseason picture while putting the Braves firmly in control in the number 1 spot. I had the opportunity to speak with Braves head coach Andrew Jones yesterday. We spoke about last week's win at La Playa over the Dons and what he expects to see from the Royals here tonight. Let's listen in to what Coach Jones had to say.
Well, I'm here with head coach Andrew Jones. Coach, you went down to La Playa last Saturday and knocked off Santa Barbara 28-11. When we spoke before that game, you said you expected the Dons to come out passing, and they did, but your defense came out ready for it, I think.
Yeah, defense bent a little bit. We didn't break. I thought we played well. We expected the other quarterback to play. We had heard rumblings that they thought that he gave him the best opportunity to win. Both him and the other guy are great players, but defense wins championships. Galindo stepped up, had some interceptions, but I thought for the most part, overall good team win. We were decent in special teams. And offensively, early on in the game, we were kind of doing some uncharacteristic things, just not blocking what the players they were supposed to block, that they were coached up to block, kind of whiffing, running by guys. And then obviously we weren't hitting holes as well as we usually are. And then kind of halftime, we made some adjustments and came out and throttled them.
Yeah, you mentioned Galindo, 3 picks by him. That's a good night's work in the secondary, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, we talked before the game, body language, you're going to make a bad play. He made a bad play early in the game. It's all about mental toughness and adversity. He battled through it, didn't make the same mistake twice, and definitely made up for it.
Yeah, another slow start for the offense, like you said, but they put some points on the board in the second half. Was that more coaching adjustment or just better execution?
I think a little bit of both. I mean, when you start the opening kickoff, letting the ball just go drop on the 5-yard line and not running over to get it, it was like, hello, we're playing a game, even though it's Saturday. Like, you guys played youth football on Saturday. That ball's live. Go get it. And so we end up starting off on like the 5-yard line, which hurt us. We continued to drive down the field, and then on 4th down twice, we got stopped on literally plays that were designed to be bounced to the outside, that were wide open on film, that if they would have just done exactly what they were coached to do, those would have been 2 more drives, sustained drives that we could have had a new fresh set of downs. So, we're confident in going for it on 4th down because of how good our defense has been playing. We executed better. We made some adjustments, and they paid dividends in the second half.
Well, there seemed to be a lot of penalties that night: personal fouls, unsportsmanlike calls, some general sloppiness on both sides. Were things a bit chippy down there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the penalty on us that gave him 15 yards was just one of our coaches having a moment there. We can yell and scream for holding calls and stuff, but at some point they're not going to throw a flag 20 seconds later when they're arguing with you. So you just got to kind of move on and forget about it. Our coach felt bad about that because it ended up basically giving them 3 points. And then the other touchdown they had was basically against some backup guys that were given opportunities to play, and it is what it is. But the penalties on offense, some of them were suspect. We had some holding calls. The ones that really irritate me is just the illegal procedures, just jumping off sides for no apparent reason. My son can count to 1. We're going on 1. I don't know.
Well, I've had a couple of people ask, and to satisfy my own curiosity, what was up with Coleman's jersey that night? We're looking for number 1 and found him wearing 29.
Yeah, if anyone knows where Leandre's jersey is, it was still out of his locker. So if anybody finds that, please return it. Those things are expensive, and so that was the backup number we had.
So we'll see him wearing 29 again this week?
No, I think the blue one wasn't stolen, so it might be number 1.
All right. So it's on to homecoming and San Marcos. The Royals are 2-6, but they played tough against DP last week, almost pulled out a victory against the Chargers. What challenges do they bring to the field this week?
Well, much improved. I mean, San Marcos, they struggled really a lot last year. They are definitely way much improved offensively than I've seen in years. They've got a real good, efficient quarterback. Couple guys that can run the ball, couple go-to receivers. Their offensive line is definitely improved. They're just as good as Santa Barbara's line or better. Defensively, been giving up a lot of points, so we've got to be able to come out, get the ball, control the clock, and try to keep the offense off the field.
Sounds like a plan. Let's check the IR list. Who's healthy, who's not?
Cam was banged up all week, still was able to practice. Leandre's been a little bit banged up. Drew's been banged up, but everyone's been able to practice, so we should be a go.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, thanks for the time, and best of luck against the Royals.
I appreciate it.
And number 42. I don't have his name, sorry. And for your Braves tonight.
Back live now at Houck Stadium, I am joined by the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, even though the Royals played tough against DP last week, on paper, this reads like a Braves victory all the way. What can San Marcos do to be competitive tonight?
Well, first of all, they have to play very well. They need to play close to mistake-free football, and they need to not turn the ball over. If you do that, you can usually stay in just about any game, but they also are going to need to tackle. The Braves have not shown much in the way of a passing attack in recent weeks. As a matter of fact,
Cannot argue with that.
In their last 3 games, the 3 games that they did not have Ryan Morgan available, they are 10 for 29 for a grand total of 116 yards.
That's in 3 games.
In 3 games. Mm-hmm. They're 0-3 and 2-5 in the last 2. Now, they have not played teams that were able to stop the run, at least not consistently. So,
well, if you compare those passing numbers to the numbers from Andrew Galindo last week in his interceptions, I'd say the defense is winning that.
The last 2 weeks, the players who caught the most thrown balls were Oscar Tenario and Mr. Galindo, and both occasions were interceptions. So the Braves definitely need to have somebody step up and catch some balls over the next 2 games, because if we go into the playoffs with an anemic passing attack, we will not be advancing.
Well, the last few passes I recall, especially a couple of games ago, there were some serious drops. Some balls placed right in the hands that just fell to the turf inexplicably. Those are the types of things the Braves are not going to be able to tolerate come playoff time.
Absolutely not.
Because Division III is no easy place to be when it comes postseason.
Division III is ranked as the 4th best division in the state of California.
Seriously?
The divisions ahead of it are Southern Section D1, Southern Section D2, and San Diego Section D1.
That should tell you a lot about the strength of this Division III. Yeah. Braves are about ready to come out of the inflatable helmet.
Needless to say, Southern Section D1 is one of the toughest in the nation. D2 is pretty good nationwide, and along with San Diego Section D1. So we're...
Suffice to say, the Braves will have their handful in the postseason this year.
We're in with some big boys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, let's get on our feet and welcome
the Braves just about to take the field. We can take a quick look at the Channel League standings as we have a moment. Lompoc sitting on top at 3-0. San Ynez and DP tied at 2-1, and they're playing against one another this evening, so that's an important one to watch. Santa Barbara at 2-2 after defeating Cabrillo last night in an interesting Thursday night game. This San Marcos Royal team at 1-2, and Cabrillo, after dropping that one to Santa Barbara last evening, is now at 0-4 in the Channel League. Yep. So tonight, the Braves have an opportunity to lock things up as far as their first Channel League championship. The San Ynez DP game, as I said, one of those teams will end up at 3-1, just one game back, with one game to play.
Yeah, it's been a while since Lompoc started in really a new league, and certainly not in a league with the Santa Barbara schools. DP and San Marcos were part of the old Santa Barbara County League back in the mid to late 60s. With Lompoc, Arroyo Grande, San Luis, Rigetti, Cabrillo, Santa Maria. So there's.
It appears that the Braves will be receiving the opening kickoff this evening.
And here's something you don't see very often. Number 78 is kicking off.
79, I think that is.
79, okay.
David Hernandez Frausto.
You usually don't see a guy wearing number 70s, anything, kicking off.
Yep, this is true.
But there we are. San Marcos, not a real big team. They've got 37 on the roster.
And a very short kick fielded at the 35-yard line by one of the up men.
Drew Williams grabbed that.
Oh, Drew across the 40 to the 42.
That's number 32, Drew Williams on the return.
About 7 yards for Drew on the return. And the Braves offense will take the field for the first time this evening. We are pleased to report that DeAndre Coleman is wearing number 1 this week.
And I shall endeavor once again to not call him Levon. I make no promises.
Well, if you do, we know who you're talking about.
Braves take over at their own 42. Minute 54 on the clock.
Braves will operate from the shotgun to start things off tonight. Coleman in the backfield with Iribero. Slant throw complete.
Woo-hoo.
And breaking a tackle at the 35, and now he's going to run straight down the middle of the field for a Braves touchdown.
And that was number 9, and we have
Christian Tenorio. Number 9 on a little slant route. Iribero hit him right in stride. Tenorio unable to break a tackle, an ankle tackle at the 35, and then outran the defenders to the end zone. So one play into the game, and the Braves are on the board. Touchdown, Braves.
And they needed that.
Well, that's got to be a spirit breaker on the other side of the field.
Indeed.
17 seconds into the game, and the Braves lead 6-0 with a point after coming up. We talked about the Braves passing attack. Well, Mike,
so far so good.
There you go. 1 for 1 with a touchdown. It's tough to make better numbers than that.
58 yards on there, and it used up a whole 11 seconds.
Offsides on the PAT declined, so the Braves will line up and try this one again. Kick is away. Kick is no good. Off to the left.
The extra point goes wide, leaving the score at Lompoc 6.
But the damage done here early by the Braves, even if the PAT was wide left. It is 11:43 left here in the first quarter, and it's Lompoc 6, San Marcos nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And on KTNK.
Spit it out there. Yeah.
14:10 a.m. on the Braves Radio Network.
Also streaming live at kpegradio.com.
And archived on the City of Lompoc YouTube channel. I did tell you I was about 50% tonight, Greg.
Yes, Mike's about 50. I'm at about 40. So together we're about 90%.
Yep.
So we'll do the best we can. Braves set to kick off.
Lompoc did have a new holder on that extra point, so we'll see how that works.
And that was actually Galindo on the kicking, as a matter of fact. Alex Gonzalez not behind the ball. Galindo will dribble this kickoff up to about the 27. The ball is loose but covered up by the Royals.
Finally fouled on.
They kick from number 17.
So no word why Alex Gonzalez is not doing the kicking this evening. Had no word that he wasn't going to be with us tonight when I spoke to Coach. So we'll keep an eye on that. Andrew Galindo, after picking off all those passes, now on special teams.
Also, was the Northern Santa Barbara County Athletic Roundtable Athlete of the Week.
All right, Andrew. So San Marcos will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Ben Partee, the quarterback, and Tommy Schaefer, the running back. And I think that was Schaefer, picked up about 1.
Little run off to the left side. We'll give him 1 out to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 9. We're pleased to announce that the San Marcos team has their nice, easily readable red numbers on a white jersey. Thank you so much.
White jersey, blue pants, and red accents.
Quarterback, keeper, rolling to the right and slides safely into second base at about the 33.
And we do know one thing. Ben Partee is a smart quarterback because he saw Leandre Coleman headed towards him with a heck of steam, and he promptly had a nice baseball slide.
Yes, live to play another down. Progress out across the 32. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. 1 receiver wide to either side.
Galindo and Schumer, the 2 corners.
Partee from the shotgun. Good protection. Looks pass all the way. This throw is incomplete through the hands of the intended receiver. That was Josh Brown out there on the left.
They brought a double team against Levon Coleman and had a third guy chip him.
So a 3 and out for the Royals in their first possession of the night will force them to punt on 4th and 6. With 10 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Braves up quickly 6-0 here on their first play of the night. Now set to receive the punt. 1 man deep back there on the 30-yard line. That's Dominguez. I was watching the San Marcos punter in warm-up, and he can boot it out there pretty good. He was high snap, however, fielded nicely, and a good kick gets away.
Kind of a line drive, but with a
nice
couple hops.
San Marcos roll. Dominguez will pick it up around the 25, try and get to the outside, and maybe gets about 5 yards on the return.
Number 2, Nick Dominguez on the return.
Yes, the punter in pregame warm-ups was booming him out there 45, 50 yards a time. Doing a really nice job. So that one was under a little duress with the high snap, but still got a nice result out of it. The Braves will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, leading 6-0 with 9:58 left here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left side for the Braves. Ura Barron from the shotgun. The give will be to Coleman. Ooh, he'll find a nice seam off a right tackle and get across the 35 to about the 38.
Yeah, he's 8, maybe 9 yards. And that was just right up the middle. No fair dodging kind of run.
Feels much more natural seeing him with a number 1 on his back now.
Yeah. At 29, it was
just didn't work. It
far too much like former Rams running back.
Speaking of running backs, there goes Coleman again, breaking tackles on the far side. Gets out close to midfield.
Leandre Coleman on the carry for Lompoc Valley. First down.
You're talking about Dickerson?
Yep. Eric. And at 9:18, we have a Lompoc first down. That'd be 48 of the Braves.
A couple of nice runs by Coleman. Moves the sticks for Lompoc.
It's not quite as upright a runner as Eric Dickerson was, but he's a pretty big back.
Ura Barron from the shotgun. Fakes to Coleman. Now curls, trying to break a tackle in the backfield, and does.
Eventually.
Still on his feet, and finally gets a little bit of room on the far side, but can't quite get back to the line of scrimmage.
He delivered a stiff arm in there, and then a couple more, and it was. He ended up losing some yardage, but.
Well, I don't know how he got out of that first tackle. Should have lost about 10 yards.
I think he used the magic cabinet, Greg.
That's number 7, Cameron Earbear.
Lost back to the 44.
Makes it 2nd and 14 for the Braves.
2nd down, 14 for Lompoc from the 44-yard line. But the kid from San Marcos did a real good job of hanging on to his shirt tail because he just got slammed to the ground and basically managed to hold on to his shirt and got pulled back up off the ground.
Earbear under center, I formation. Deep back will get the call.
Oh, goodness.
That's Drew. Breaking it left. Another stiff arm at the 40. And down close to about the 35-yard line goes Drew Williams.
First down.
Not only is it homecoming this evening, it's also senior night. Drew, one of the 12 football seniors that were honored pregame this evening. First and 10 Braves. The ball now at the 33-yard line of the Royals.
And the difference between the stiff arm that Cameron gave him and the one that Drew gave the Royals was that Cameron got him in the shoulder, which is what you want to do.
Earbear, plenty of time.
Oh, good grief.
Could cook breakfast in the backfield. Now tucks it away and runs it himself. And will get knocked out of bounds around the 20-yard line.
Yeah. It was number 42 that pushed him out.
That's number 7, Cameron Earbear with the quarterback.
And, of course, we don't have a 42 for the Royals.
No pass rush at all that time by the Royals. Earbear had all night back there. Finally, couldn't find anybody open, so tucked it away and picked up a first down for the Braves down to the 21.
Not only did he have a lot of time, there was nobody near him.
No. There's a wall of blue jerseys in front of him. 8:16 left here in the first. 6-0 Braves. And Lompoc on their way again. One man in motion. That's Schumer.
Fake to him.
The give is to Williams, I believe, down to the 20.
Pick up a long one. They were just outside the 21, and he got it down to the 1, or to the 20. So.
2nd and 9.
1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9 for Braves.
Schumer will come out. Coleman back in. Williams out.
Corrales in at presumably a tight end position. It looks like they're going double tight end. There's more of a fullback spot there.
Yeah, Corrales lining up in the offset fullback. Tenario out wide to the right.
Christian Tenario.
That's correct. And whistles. Timeout. Timeout called by the Braves. Stops the clock with 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Our score is Lompoc 6, San Marcos nothing. And you're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio doing his thing tonight. Thank you, Bill. We're glad you are listening with us this evening. You're at KPEG and KTNK and KPEGradio.com. We mentioned the Braves can pretty much lock up a Channel League championship tonight. Mm-hmm. The winner of the Dos Pueblos San Ynez game will end up at 3-1.
And for them to have a chance, the winner of that game, for them to have a chance, Lompoc would have to lose either tonight or next week.
That's right. Keeping in mind that Lompoc will hold the tiebreaker over either San Ynez or DP if they end up at 4-1.
Yeah, they would really have to lose both. So.
Coleman off a left tackle, lots of room, lots of strength, lots of power, and powers through somebody down at the 5, down to about the 3.
Couple somebodies.
Yeah. There's a couple of somebodies that would have preferred not to have run into him right about now.
I think they may have some footprints on their jerseys at this point.
Coleman, 6'2", 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm. And strong.
And there goes Coleman. trotting into the end zone, and a flag. This would have been a touchdown, but everybody kind of stopped, and there's flags down, and I think we got a holding call, or a motion call, or something.
Somebody did something they should not have called.
Yeah. It was first and goal from the 3. Holding Braves. I'll move it back 10 yards.
There it is.
And they will spot it at the 11, I believe.
10-yard penalty will make it first and
spot
goal
foul.
at the 11-yard line.
So 11 yards back from where the foul occurred.
I like how they do that. They hold them, then they put
It'll be first and goal from there with 7-11, your favorite convenience store, left on the first quarter clock. Braves will send one receiver, that's Tenorio, out to the right.
They have one on the right side, one on the slot. They did have, well, they're moving guys all over the place here.
Homo now out to the wide on the left. Throw to the end zone. Complete. That is Cullen Rennie.
Number 45, Cullen Rennie on the reception.
And it's a touchdown, Braves. 7:07, one of your favorite airplanes. Left here now in the first quarter. Is now 12-0. We'll see if the Braves will go for 2 to try and make up for that missed one earlier.
Well, looks like they're going to line up to kick it. And we're going to do.
That's Anguiano back in the game. That's good to see. He's been out with an injured quad for several weeks. And this kick is going to joink off the upright on the right. No good.
The extra point for Anguiano.
So the Braves 0 for 2 on points after so far tonight. But nonetheless, with 7:06 left here in the game, first quarter, it is Lompoc 12, San Marcos nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And the Braves Radio Network.
Mike, let's take a minute and talk about the campaign for the Lompoc Community Track and Field. As you probably no doubt heard, there was a campaign to raise money to refurbish the field and the track here at Houck Stadium.
And they are very, very close.
They're raising funds to add a new synthetic turf field and a 9-lane rubberized track here at Houck Stadium. The historic and transformative renovation will meet the needs of students, athletes, and the community for many, many years to come. The effort is gaining momentum, but they still need help in order to reach the fundraising goal. If you'd like to donate or to buy an engraved brick to be installed in the updated stadium entrance, you can do so by going to lompoctrackandfield.com. Your donation is tax deductible and will impact the Lompoc Valley for a long, long time. lompoctrackandfield.com. Please go and do what you can.
And the kickoff goes out of bounds. And of course, there's a flag. We'll see what happens here.
Flag is at the 30-yard line, where the ball went out of bounds on the far sideline. Should be a choice by the Royals. Looks like they're probably going to take it at the point of the penalty.
The kickoff goes out of bounds, which means it'll be placed at the 35-yard line. First and 10 for the Royals from there.
They'll put it at the 35. First down, San Marcos.
Their second possession of the game with 7:06 on the first quarter clock. And the ball at the 35.
Royals find themselves in a 12-0 hole here. Not even halfway through the first quarter. One receiver up top, one man in motion.
Schaefer
will get it.
He was the man in motion, and he got.
Yeah, he got. Back to the 30-yard line, a loss of about 5.
44, Tommy Schaefer on the carry, brought down.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Oscar Tenorio in the backfield.
Where's the ball?
Ball's at the 30, but so we have some sort of discussion here. They're talking to the Braves coaching staff. Holding, and that will be declined.
There was a flag for holding
on
that play, but it has been declined.
They hadn't placed the ball down. I thought it should be at the 30, but it wasn't there. Okay, so decline the penalty, take the play. That's a good call. Loss of 5. It'll be second down and 15 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
One receiver to the top side. 2 here on the right. Working from the shotgun. Looking to pass across the middle. Got a man open at the 45. Complete. And then tackling. And 2 flags coming in.
There's a one of the Lompoc defenders up towards the line of scrimmage who had that guy slipped and fell.
This looks like it's probably going to be a face mask on one of the Braves defenders. Personal foul, face mask indeed. Completion out to the 45-yard line of the Braves. We're going to tack 15 yards onto that.
Takes it down to the Lompoc 30.
Quick math says the 30-yard line.
And we're still not quite halfway through the first quarter.
Well, they'll put it at the 28. So much for my quick math.
The 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Royals from there.
Did we mention we're not really operating?
Well, the penalty was a slightly different place than where we had thought. 1st and 10 from the 28. San Marcos trying to answer. Back to the running game they go, straight up the middle, and not a whole lot going on there. Maybe a yard, maybe not.
That's number 44, Tommy Schaefer on the carry.
Schaefer on the carry. Actually didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11. Clock running. We are at the 6-minute mark, halfway through the first quarter of action. Braves leading 12-0. 1 wide receiver to either side.
And San Marcos would be happy to burn some clock here.
Schaefer again.
Tries to go left and goes down instead.
Buried again by a couple of blue jerseys.
Number 44.
Oscar Tenorio in there to stop for the Braves. No gain on the play.
We're going to call that a pickup with the Scots, making it third and a short 11.
Our first official Scotia of the night.
Yeah.
All credit to PA announcer Tom Gerard. 3rd and 11.
He's recovering nicely after some surgery earlier in the season.
Good to see him back in his chair to our right.
Yeah.
3 receiver set.
Oh,
under pressure, Coleman in the
beautiful
backfield.
Call.
Dumps it off, a nice screen to the left, and the receiver slips down. Had 2 blockers in front of him. That was
That's number
Matt Pennick.
Matt Pensick on the carry.
Yeah, and they were bringing a blitz by Leandre Coleman and dropped it off right over his head. And had it set up very nicely, but the rest of the Braves just kind of blew it up, and then Pensick tried to make a cut and could not.
So after all of that, it's 4th down and 9, and the Royals will line up to go for it. 2 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Back to pass, good protection this time. Throw is picked off at the 15. That looks like Schumer. He'll return it out across the 30 to about the 32. So the first turnover of the night goes the Braves' way.
That's one of the things that San Marcos could not do if they wanted to win. Just turn the ball over.
Well, they just did. The Braves now have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Clock stopped with 4:14 left here in the first. Lompoc up 12-0. Snorri out wide.
Since they're on the 32, they ought to give it to Drew Williams.
Daniels in motion. Give is up the middle.
And he's still going.
Stacked up at about the 38-yard line.
Coleman on the run. Yeah, pickup of about 7, and there's
7-yard pickup makes it
at least 5 or 6 guys wearing white jerseys coming off that pile.
Braves quickly back up to the line after a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
I think they may have hit the ditto button. Trying to draw them off, and they do not jump.
Here, Barron will now look over for the sign. Once again, a 2 receiver set for the Braves. Cam takes off.
Yeah.
Throw to Tenorio, the Christian variety, and down to the 47. And flags flying as Tenorio's helmet comes off. Christian
Tenorio. Christian.
number 8 is Kristen or number 9 is Kristen?
9 is Christian, 8 is Oscar.
Okay, thank you.
Good thing straightened out here in the press box, and we'll see what we got. Personal foul face mask. The San Marcos Royals returning the favor for the Braves.
Number 9, Christian Tenario on the reception.
And that'll move the ball all the way down to the 32, 15 yards after the completion. And it'll be a first down Braves from there. So that looks eerily familiar to what just happened in the other direction.
3:25 remaining here in the first. And they started this drive at their own 32, and now they're at the San Marcos 32.
With 3:10 left here in the first quarter.
Johnny Gayton in at fullback.
Here, Barron, under center. Coleman is going to get wrapped up by 3 white jerseys in the backfield. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think so. Loss of about a half a yard, I think, when the dust settles. Or they could have put it right back where it was. We'll call it 2nd and 10 from the 32.
We'll call that a pickup of a smidge for the Braves, 2nd and 10.
They more likely loss of a smidge from Tom.
2.5 left here in the first quarter. 12-0 is our score. The Braves on top.
I would classify that as a loss of an iota.
Okay. Somewhere in that vicinity. Barron takes the handoff, fakes to Coleman, rolls left, throwing on the run. Complete at the 25. That's Ranny again, breaking a couple of tackles, still on his feet down to the 20, and finally gets gang tackled.
6, 7 guys in on that tackle, finally.
Ranny on the reception for Lompoc Valley. First down.
Well, Randy's not little. He's listed at 6'1", 220. I wouldn't want to bring him down.
No.
Play good out to the just inside the 20-yard line, close to the 19, we'll call it. First down Braves from there with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lompoc up 12-0.
Clock rolling.
Senior night here at Houck Stadium along with homecoming. So lots of activity this evening. 2 receivers up top. Barron from the shotgun. Fakes to Coleman, keeps it himself, dashes through a big gaping hole on the right side of the line, and it's touchdown for Barron.
Absolutely untouched, and
touchdown, Braves.
He was so wide open that he had a chance to break the tape at the goal line.
Cam just hit that hole, turned on the afterburners, and he was gone.
19-yard run with a minute 38.
That makes it 18-0 Braves. Now we'll see if they'll go for 2.
Yeah, probably not. I think they're going to try working on special teams. Well, yes, they are. Full house backfield with Williams, Gayton, and Coleman from left to right.
Barron under center. The give will be, they're going to pass it. Fake to the handoff, and Coleman leaks out of the backfield and catches the pass in the end zone for the PAT. So that's a little wrinkle we haven't seen from the full house.
Yeah, at least not this year.
Yep. So with 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter of action, our score is now Lompoc 20, San Marcos 0. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. And thank you so much for joining us tonight and all season long. This is the second to last game of the regular season. Next week, we'll be right back here at Houck for the big game when the Cabrillo Conquistadors will come to town and take on the Lompoc Braves in the annual big one. That'll be the final game of this year's Channel League season, with the playoffs coming up 1 week after that.
That still seems odd, Craig.
Channel League?
Channel League, yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But get used to it. Ooh.
Nice
kickoff. Fielded at about the 6. Out to the far hash mark.
I think that was Schaefer.
Buried by about 3 Braves.
That's number 44, Tommy Schaefer on the return.
And that was Anguiano on the kickoff. Good to see him back on the field. So the Royals will take over. First and 10 at their own, where are they going to put that? 19? 18?
Well, they've got a minute and a half in this quarter. They're going to get the goose egg off the quarter score.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call it the 18.
Okay, first and 10, 2 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Royals going from left to right on your radio dial. They'll give it to Schaefer. You'll find a little bit of room on the left. Get across the 20 to about the 22. Looks like maybe the 23.
44, Tommy Schaefer on the carry.
Well, a little bit of success there. Give him about 5. Second and 5, clock running, approaching 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Braves leading 20-0. We should mention a rather small contingent of Royals fans made the trip up to the visitor stands. There's probably
several dozens.
Yes, 25, 30 of them over there. Speaking of several dozen, there's several dozen, seems like, blue jerseys all over that run, led by Juan DeLuna.
Yeah, that was RT. He tried to keep it and go left, and DeLuna said, no, you can keep it, but you're going down.
Loss back to the 19-ish. It'll be a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, awesome. Around 4.
15 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Royals do not have to snap it, and they choose not to, apparently. And they will let the seconds run off the first quarter clock as the teams will head to the sidelines. We are 12 minutes into this one. 1 quarter complete here at Huck Stadium, and homecoming for the Braves tonight. And it's Lompoc 20, San Marcos nothing. And you are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. And you are wherever you are. But we're glad you turned in. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Should we give Bill an ARG?
Arrgh.
I guess so.
Why not? If you tuned in early enough here on Friday night, you may have caught this week's edition of New Tracks. New Tracks is a program that we air at 6 p.m. every Friday evening. Showcases some of the newer music that we have put into our ever-expanding KPEG music library. Plus a brand new song that we have never played in the rotation before gets its first KPEG airing at the end of the New Tracks program. So if you missed it tonight, tune in next Friday night at 6 for New Tracks exclusively here at KPEG. So we'll turn around and go the other way.
Second quarter score, DP 14, San Ynez 7.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. On 3rd and 9, low snap, but picked up. Ball is loose after a completed pass. Coleman's got it, breaking tackles at the 10, fighting his way to the 5, and down to about the 3-yard line.
And he picked that up at about the 19.
That was a completed pass out to the right. Hit immediately. Ball popped loose before he hit the ground. That's going to be a completion, a fumble, and a recovery by the Braves, and a return down to the 5-yard line. Although we have a zebra huddle at the 5, our first of the evening. Yes, indeed. First down, Braves. Probably just making sure that was a completion. And from our view up here in the press box, I think they got that one exactly right.
Yeah, I didn't see who stripped that ball. It was the defender on the play, on the pass. It was caught right in front of him, and he went up and hit him. But Coleman was Johnny on the spot when it came loose.
Or in this case, Leandre on the spot.
Yeah.
So the second turnover of the night for the Royals gives the Braves a 1st and goal at the 5. I formation. Coleman, the deep back. He'll get the carry.
Yeah, well finished.
And he'll get inside the 5 to about the 4.
4.5, maybe.
Number 1 gets 1.
Got the smidgen.
Hey, why don't you pull
4.5, we'll put it.
Take a look. If you have program number 3,
Second and goal and a long 4.
5-7. Coming up in the press box. We've got a nice gift
Braves
bag
leading
for you.
20-0, trying to add to that here early in the second quarter. And that would be a real demoralizing blow. The give is to Coleman.
Oh,
He'll fight his way in. Touchdown, Braves.
Touchdown, Braves. Number 1.
Off a left tackle.
Coleman.
Number 1 doing his thing tonight. And with 11:07 left here in the second, it's now Lompoc 26, San Marcos nothing. They're playing my favorite song, right? I'll give you a listen to that.
we should mention that the band sounds pretty good tonight.
Yeah. Probably sound better than us.
Yeah, that wouldn't be difficult. Kind of like to give them a little more praise than that. And guess what?
We're going to go for 2 again. Okay. Here, Barron fakes the handoff, throws. This one will be incomplete.
Yeah, one hopped it to Tenario, Christian Tenario.
Great basketball pass, but
Yeah,
that doesn't start for another month or 2.
the bounce pass not effective in football.
So the PAT incomplete. So with 11:02 remaining here in the second quarter, our score remains Lompoc 26, San Marcos nothing. San Marcos, after tonight, as will everybody else, have 1 game remaining, and they will be facing the San Ynez Pirates at home in their final game of the year. That could be an important one for San Ynez as far as keeping their playoff status. As I understand it, 3 teams, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, will qualify from the Channel League.
Indeed.
For playoff slots.
Going to pretty much all different divisions, which
Yeah, that's which is unusual too.
still seems odd.
Braves kicking off once again. Nice high
And
end over end kick and a flag and whistles. Looks like offside Braves.
The kick went down to about the 6 where Schaefer caught it, but by then the whistles and flags and all kinds of other stuff had been going on. So,
But Aldo will have to try this one again from 5 yards back. Line it up at the 35 and try it again. Alberto Anguiano, a 6', 270-pound junior, primarily a soccer player.
Royals have 2 deep safeties. So they're expecting it to not reach the end zone.
At about the 10, this will be fielded at the 8.
By Schaefer.
He'll try and get to the outside on the far sideline and get corralled across the 20.
Just across the 20, if the markers are to be believed.
10 minutes, 55 seconds left until halftime.
Which will be a little bit longer than normal because of homecoming.
Put it at the 21, first and 10 for the Royals from there with 10:55 left. Yes, indeed, it is homecoming tonight. We had some nice ceremony pregame when they honored the seniors, not only the football players, but the cheerleaders as well. A lot of senior cheerleaders moving on after this season also.
Should have offered a special invitation to the tall bald guy to come and visit on homecoming.
Schaefer, a little quick pass out to the left flat, gets across the 25 to about the 27.
Galindo on the stop.
6-yard pickup makes it second.
Tommy Schaefer been pretty busy here for San Marcos tonight.
Well, he and Partee constituted a sizable proportion.
Yeah, they're pretty much the offense for the Royals. Nice gain on that one of about 6.
Haven't really seen Partee try and run a whole lot, which normally he does.
2nd and 4, and the Royals will send 2 receivers up to the top, 1 man in motion. Partee from the shotgun, hands off. Schaefer changes direction. Gets across the 30 and stumbles forward close to the markers.
And that was the backside didn't hold up, but they tried to run that in Johnny Gayton's area, and he just stonewalled everybody in front of him. And Schaefer had to reverse.
Picked up enough for a first down, however, at the 32-yard line. First and 10 Royals with 9:50 remaining here in the quarter. 26-0 is our score. Lompoc on top.
The 32 again.
It's been a recurring theme tonight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
From the shotgun, looking to pass. Good protection this time. Throws here to the near sideline, complete and tackled immediately at about the 43.
Braga at the first down marker.
Galindo on the stop. Josh Brown on the catch. That will be just enough for another San Marcos first down at the 43.
And this was much more what they were hoping to do. Work quick outs and some slants, and usually in the 10-yard range.
Again from the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Schaefer
has to make about 3 cuts and picks up about half a yard.
That's a lot of work for very little return. And a flag coming out late. Joseph Kirkwood, number 55, San Marcos, said something he should have ought. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Royals.
And they really did not need that.
And he headed to the sideline immediately, knowing he was going to be summoned.
Mm-hmm.
Violated course protocol.
So move the ball all the way back to the 28-yard line.
9:01.
So
left in half.
So the Royals came up with a couple of positive plays back-to-back there. Now they gave it all away again. It'll be first down.
15-yard penalty.
Or is it second down?
Second down? 24.
Yeah. Second down a bunch.
Second and a quarter of the field.
Penalty came after the play, so clock now rolling. 9 minutes remaining.
Hand it to Schaefer off the left side, and
he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage, I don't think.
Who was that?
Actually,
no, that was Corrales.
That was Henry Herrera on the carry, actually. 24 instead of 44.
And 27 on the stop.
Well, the ball's still at the 28. Third down now. Third and 24 after no gain on that play. Two receivers to the right, one here to the short side of the field. Partee, once again, from the shotgun. And the snap is in the backfield and running loose, and the Braves will...
And Partee tried to pick it up a couple times, and then
Schaefer finally ended up falling on it at the 12-yard line and then getting covered by a couple of blue shirts. So an errant snap. It's another big loss for San Marcos. Trying to do the math here. They're on the 12. They need to get to the 48-yard line on the other side of the 50. So that's a bunch. 38, 40.
They got a height.
4th and 40.
Ball's on the 8. So
4th and 40, and I think they'll punt this one away.
They will try.
High snap, but fielded. Kick is away. Right down the middle, fielded at the 40, bobbled very briefly by Dominguez. He'll break the initial tackle.
He's got a lane.
30, leaps the tackler at the 20, and down to about the 13-yard line goes Nick Dominguez.
That's number 2, Nick Dominguez on the return. Brought the ball back to about the 15-yard line. There is a flag.
I hear rumors of a penalty flag.
And he took that right around the 42.
Ball with it briefly, picked it up off the grass, broke the initial tackle right there, and then sprinted down the near sideline.
I didn't see it, but I saw something.
Flag down at the 20. That's going to be an illegal block in the back against the Braves. Will negate what was a nice return.
The flag is signaled as a block in the back.
So, move it back to the 30. Still good field position for the Braves with 7:19 remaining till half.
First and 10 for the Braves from the 30-yard line.
Braves up 26-0 and looking to add some more here.
And I think Jonesy would take the 30-yard line as his starting spot.
Just about every possession. Right?
Yeah.
Although the 12 would have been nicer.
Yeah.
4 receiver set for the Braves, spreading things out a bit.
Galindo and Williams to the left, Coleman and Schumer to the right.
Barron and Coleman in the backfield.
Yep. Yeah.
Whistles, flags.
Oh, my.
Delay of game. Oh, my.
The flag is for a delay of game against the Braves.
Not the first one of those we've seen against Lompoc this season, unfortunately.
No.
So we went from the 12 to the 30 to the 35.
That's the wrong direction, right?
Yes, it is. First and 15.
At the 35.
Same formation for Braves, although Coleman is to Barron's right instead of left this time. Fake the handoff, throwing all the way.
Oh, Daniels
open at the 15, passes a little low.
Low and wide, and Daniels dove to try and get it and couldn't quite come up with it.
Nice diving effort there by Daniels. Couldn't quite dig it out, and it'll be a second down and 15 from the 35. Clock stopped with 7:13 remaining in the half. Galindo and Williams out left in a tight formation. Daniels in motion, fake to him, give to Coleman.
Right
nice
up the middle.
gap up the middle, kinds of cut to the 20. There goes Leandre Coleman. Touchdown, Braves.
No hankies.
Leandre Coleman.
Coleman from 35 yards out, and I'm not sure anybody touched him.
If they did, it was very minimal.
It was in passing. Sorry.
That's almost as bad as one of mine, right?
Yes. Lompoc 32, San Marcos nothing, with the point after coming up. This time they'll line up to kick the single point. Angriano to do the honors.
But that was a kind of a misdirection stretch play to the right, and they...
Galarza with the hold, and this one is right down the pipe.
From Angriano is good.
7:06 remaining here in the second quarter. Lompoc has extended its lead. It's now Lompoc 33, San Marcos nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Thank you to Sunset Auto Center for their continued support.
Quick shout out to our good buddy Rich Graysick. Always on our side and always on our team. Thank you, my friend.
Inestimable.
Sat in as a guest spotter last week.
Yeah.
Always welcome to come back in the booth with his binoculars and give us a hand anytime he wants.
Yeah. He's been of incalculable value.
Incalculable. That's a tough one to say when you're at 50%.
Yeah, well, he's worth the effort.
Yes, he is. Okay, so 7:06 left. The Braves set to kick off. Angriano to do the honors. As the Braves band starts to assemble on the far sideline, getting ready for their halftime performance.
A bit easier for them to assemble these days than in the past, Greg.
Kickoff fielded at the 6-yard line. Schaefer.
Yeah.
And he'll get bottled up at about the 17, it looks like.
Yeah, he was headed to the right, and all of a sudden you could see the steam rising from the brakes.
That's number 34, Tommy Schaefer on the return. First and 10 for the Royals from the 17-yard line.
Devin Brown, Anthony Arias on the stop for Lompoc.
Hey guys, my
getting some special
says,
teams work.
on that quickly.
It'll be first and 10 for the Royals. The ball at their 17-yard line, it looks like. Exactly 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. The Royals find themselves down 33-0 here, about midway through the second.
Lompoc has scored on all 5 possessions.
And Partee is going to go down in the arms of two Braves defenders.
42 and
That's number 42.
21. So
Braden Santiago.
So we're seeing some subs in there.
Early substitutions for the Braves. That should tell you a little bit about the score. Braden Fiantago, 5'9", 170-pound senior. And a loss all the way back to the 9-yard line. Back to the running game.
Got
a little bit of space out there.
Got most of the loss back.
Up to the 15. I believe that was Schaefer on the run. So move the ball out to the 15. It'll be third down and about 12.
And we got 5:50 here or so to go. To the 15. Gain of 6. So third and a long 12.
Third and bunch. Braves could easily get the ball back here and do some more damage before halftime.
And they empty out the backfield. And then they call timeout.
Timeout by the Royals. Stops the clock with 5 minutes. 30 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Lompoc leading 33-0. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
We've been with you all season long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is our 11th broadcast of the year. One more to go in the regular season, a week from tonight, as the Cabrillo Conquistadors will take on the Lompoc Braves here at Hawk Stadium in the annual big game. Homecoming coming up here in a few minutes at halftime. We'll let you know the results of that as well.
Okay. And they fake the pass and hand off inside. And Dominguez and Galindo
that's number 44,
stop Tommy Schaefer, who's trying to sneak out there and did not get very far.
Got a couple. That'll be 4th down and 10 from
the
about the 17-yard line.
Back to the initial line.
And about where they were when they started. Nick Dominguez back to receive. Standing around the Royal 47.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter back there near the goal line.
Another high snap.
Short kick, angling to the near sideline, out of bounds. And the Braves will have wonderful field position again. This one looks like about the 30. Well, they keep moving here. Where is it? 32? There's that 32 number again, Mike.
Yeah.
These teams have been at the 32-yard line a lot this evening.
Goes out of bounds at the.
And by the way, that was kicked by number 32.
Yeah. Mr. Aragon.
And he kicked it from the goal line, so he kicked it 32 yards. Okay, first down Braves.
The only problem is it's 4:42 on the clock, right?
Yeah, we need to do something about that.
10-second runoff or something.
Yes.
Shotgun.
Tight formation for Lompoc.
Daniels in motion.
Pass across the middle. Man wide open at the 12-yard line. Incomplete as the pass falls short. Schumer on the receiving end of that one and just couldn't dive down fast enough to get it off the grass.
Yeah.
And that was about the easiest pass that Bear Baron's ever going to have.
Yeah. And took a little bit too much off of it. Trying not to overthrow it, but
a little too much touch on that one. That's one when you might want to think about just zipping it in there.
Just throw it. You don't have to put anything extra on it. Just throw it to it.
Just get it there. Yeah. Anyway, 2nd and 10.
Kind of shades of Casey Candell and Al Ray Grossi.
Flag down as Coleman gets a couple yards down to the 31. 1 yard.
That's number 1, Leandre Coleman on the carry.
Let's see what the penalty flag is about.
Royals. There's a flag on the play. He was sitting right outside there.
Illegal shift, I believe, on the Braves. Will cost them 5 yards. Oh, they're going to decline the penalty. They'll take the play, which was only a 1-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 9. Probably a wise choice. Don't give the Braves any extra downs unless you have to.
Yeah, well, you'll be happy, Greg.
I'm always happy.
That number 4 just left the field for the Royals, and guess who came in? Number 32, Andrew Aragon.
You got to love symmetry, folks. It just makes the world go round. 3 receivers up top. One here to the near side. That's Schumer.
And here I thought it was rotational velocity.
And one of the defenders got just a bit of a head start.
Yeah, only about 4 or 5 steps.
So that'll draw a flag.
Signaled as an offside against the Royals. 5-yard penalty will make it 3rd and.
So we'll play do-si-do here, and it'll be 3rd down for the Braves, and about 4?
3rd and 4 with 4:06. Let's see if number 4 comes back in, and he does.
Move the ball down just outside the 26-yard line now for the Braves. Clock running. 4 minutes remaining till halftime.
Coleman, the lone back behind Iribarren. A little bit of a low snap.
Pressure. Iribarren gets away from one, reverses direction, finds some space to the 20.
Lots of
still on his
space.
feet to the 10. He's got lots of space. Touchdown, Braves.
Touchdown, Braves, number 7.
And Cameron Iribarren was pretty much dead to rights in the backfield. 2 San Marcos Royals right there. Couldn't wrestle him down. Broke free, found a seam, and took off.
He's kind of like the Roadrunner.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and gone. 39-0 is our score. Anguiano out to do the honors on the PAT.
And that becomes a significant score, Greg.
That puts us over the required margin for running clocks.
Which we might see.
Might very well see here in the second half. In fact, I would be rather shocked if we didn't.
Yep.
Flags.
One of the Lompoc linemen lifted up a beat early. It's going to be...
Kick looked good, but it won't count. They'll back up 5 and try it again. That's all right. Anguiano's been out for a while. He could use the extra work.
You were right. I was right. You were right. She hit it.
So now we'll line up and try this one again. No flags this time. Kick is away. Looks pretty.
Oh, very nice.
It's good. So there's some symmetry, sort of. 3 minutes, 41 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Our score is now Lompoc 40, San Marcos nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, pushing buttons, clicking mice, and doing his thing. And we appreciate you tuning in with us tonight and all season long. Quick shout out to Mary and Daniel listening back home and checking out the game tonight. Hi, guys. Braves doing a lot of kicking off tonight. That's generally a good sign.
Yeah. You would always like to have more yardage on kickoffs than on kickoff returns.
We should mention it is a beautiful night here at Hawk Stadium.
Indeed. It's beautiful football weather.
It's fall for sure.
Something like that. It's easy for me to say.
Not really. Low line drive kick, fielded at about the 7, now bobbled, picked up again at about the 2, and this could be trouble.
Yeah, That's Schaefer again,
and he'll get buried by 4 blue jerseys at about the 9-yard line.
Coup de grace delivered by Luke Gardner from
Oscar Tenario was there as well.
Schaefer on the return. Ball's placed in 10-yard line. First and 10 for the Royals from there.
So it looks like they'll put it right at the 10. First down, San Marcos from there with 3:33 left in the half. Braves up 40-0.
San Marcos beginning their 6th possession with 3:33.
With a couple of first downs, the only notable things on their stat sheet. One receiver way wide to the right. Spreading the defense. Schaefer will get it up the middle and get about 1. The good news for the Royals, clock is running after a gain of 1, 3:20 left. Almost 2, I guess, on the carry. 2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Well.
Braves defense been coming up pretty solid the last few games, I would have to say.
Mm-hmm. They certainly have been getting some pass defense practice.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Ooh.
Schaefer finds a little bit of action on the far sideline out to about the 19.
Took a swing pass out there in the right flat and was able to make a couple nice moves. And he's out there close to a first down.
Going to be about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1. Long 1. From just shy of the 19. They need to get to the 20. 2:20 remaining in the half. 3 receivers set by the Royals, all to the right. Now 1 man in motion.
Number 35.
Partee from the shotgun.
Schaefer tries to cut it outside left, and
he's going to get bottled up. Scenario there first.
And Oscar, and then the linebackers closed. And
loss of a yard or so. Back to the 17-ish, and it'll be 4th down and about 2.5 or 3 yards, and the Royals will be forced once again to punt with 1:40 left in the half. Nick Dominguez back again for the Braves to receive the punt, where he's been hanging out a lot these days, just inside the 50-yard line.
And Nick would dearly love to put one in the end zone.
Had a shot at it last time. Nice return. Came up short, but called back on a penalty.
Braves, unlike some recent years, have not had a return for a touchdown.
Dominguez fields this one at his own 45. Flag down as Dominguez finds some room in the middle and will get bottled up at about the 38-yard line.
He does not go down easy.
No, it took about 4 white shirts to get him down.
That's number 2, Nick Dominguez.
And we'll check out the flag. Once again,
42-yard line, there is a flag.
Dominguez is probably going to get tired of the color yellow.
Going to?
This one looks like it's going to go against the Royals.
Got the ball down to, looks like they're going to mark it at the 38 or thereabouts.
38 or so. Check the official penalty here.
They're going to start from.
But they are going to mark it off against the Royals.
Minute 7 on the clock.
10 yards against the Royals. It'll take the ball down to the 28-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Braves with 1:07. The Braves have a little bit of time left to try and do some more damage before halftime.
Daniels in motion, going to the left. Oh!
And he takes the handoff on the sweep and bobbles it, but manages to fall on it at the 30.
Daniels on the carry.
So the Braves avoid their first turnover of the night by falling on the loose ball. Loss of a couple, however. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 30. Clock running, 45 seconds remaining in the half.
Braves not really in much of a hurry. But Drew Williams. No.
That's actually Tyler Rounds in the game for the Braves.
Number 26.
A lot of substitutions early for the Braves here, down to about the 26. Goes number 26 with 26 seconds remaining.
Pick up a 4.
Got the loss back plus a couple. It's 3rd and 8 now for the Braves. Uribarren sets, throws, got a man all by himself and underthrows him again at the 5.
And that was Drew.
That was Drew Williams. And that's 3 times tonight that Uribarren has come up short with wide open receivers.
Oh.
There's something we'll need to work on.
Yeah.
11.6 seconds remaining. It's 4th down and 8. The Braves will line up to go for it. 4 receivers, 2 up top, 2 wide right. Uribarren sets, throws, incomplete at the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
Intended for Schumer.
A little bit behind and a little bit high.
The pass from Uribarren falls incomplete.
So the Braves will turn it over on downs. Oddly enough, they've scored every possession of the half so far, except for that one. And the Royals will have 7.7 seconds to probably take a knee and head to the locker room.
And the Royals will be getting the ball to start the second half.
If there is such a thing as good news for San Marcos, that would be it. And indeed, they will take the snap, take a knee, and let the clock run out here in the first half. So we're 24 minutes into this one, halfway through homecoming at Talk Stadium. Our score is Lompoc 40, San Marcos nothing. Homecoming festivities coming up. We don't play favorites here at KPEG, but we should note that we have family in the homecoming court this year. Ruby Gonzalez, one of the homecoming queen candidates. So
and might blow the whistle here on Tom Garrett. The PA announcer is also the girls golf coach here at Lompoc. And if you have looked at the scores over the course of the season, various players have been noted, as in Ruby Monday, Ruby Tuesday, Ruby Thursday. And yet there is only one Ruby on the team, and that's Ruby Gonzalez. And so the scores have sometimes been reported. If you'll notice that on when Ruby Monday plays, it's a Monday, and when Ruby Tuesday plays, it's a Tuesday.
There's a pattern here, I sense. Okay, we are going to turn this over to the Braves marching band, and the festivities for homecoming will begin here shortly. We are going to send it back in the meantime to the KPEG studios. We will turn you on to some of the events that are happening around the Lompoc Valley, and we will come back in about 20 minutes for the second half. Stay with us, folks. It's Lompoc 40, San Marcos nothing.
And one other quick note, Ruby did advance to the league finals and did pretty good.
On what day of the week?
On Monday.
Okay, she was Ruby Monday then.
She was Ruby Monday.
All right, folks, we'll see you in 20 minutes. Stay with us.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage, but the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over... Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the San Marcos Royals and the Lompoc Braves. Tune in again next week for Cabrillo versus Lompoc in the annual Big Game. Join us at 6:45 for pregame coverage, which will feature exclusive interviews with both head coaches. Then strap in for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Big Game, Cabrillo versus Lompoc, this Friday night. And you can catch it right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right, we'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc. Let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. Fall has barely arrived, but it's not too early to pick up an application to take part in this year's Lompoc Christmas Parade. Applications for Miracle on H Street are available at the Anderson Recreation Center and online at cityoflompoc.com on our recreation page. Photo submissions are being accepted for the Lompoc Valley Photography Contest. which the City of Lompoc Recreation Division is holding this year as part of its popular Arts and Vines event. Arts and Vines, featuring a craft boutique and wine tasting along with a photo contest, will take place on Saturday, November 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Dick DeWeese Community and Senior Center. Admission to Arts and Vines is free. City of Lompoc invites the community to join together and make a difference through service projects on Saturday, October 27th. Make a Difference Day will take place in Lompoc from 9 a.m. to noon as part of the nation's largest day of community service. Find details on our city's website at cityoflompoc.com. Our Lompoc Library now offers yoga story time and dance story time for kids, along with baby story time. Check out our library's calendar of events at cityoflompoc.com for details. District elections are around the corner in Lompoc. To help inform our community about this new district election process, we've created a district elections webpage linked from cityoflompoc.com. Visit our City of Lompoc website at cityoflompoc.com for more information on all these great events and more. And be sure to follow the City of Lompoc on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all the latest news in the city. Thanks for joining me for this City of Lompoc news update. I'll talk to you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we've created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks. Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, 100.9 KPEG.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the San Marcos Royals and the Lompoc Braves. Tune in again next week for Cabrillo versus Lompoc in the annual Big Game. Join us at 6:45 for pregame coverage, which will feature exclusive interviews with both head coaches. Then strap in for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Big Game, Cabrillo versus Lompoc, this Friday night. And you can catch it right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, alright, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a non-profit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you will see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance, and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do.
Love where you live? Listen to what you love. Lompoc's very own KPEG 100.9.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. And gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG. Well, welcome back to Houck Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, where our halftime score is the Lompoc Braves 40, the San Marcos Royals nothing. We just got through with the homecoming festivities. Want to congratulate Brian Gordon as the homecoming king and Ana Rodriguez as the homecoming queen for 2018. Mm-hmm. Lots of fun here at homecoming always.
It was nice to see the 2017 king and queen returning. That would be Marisa Tamayo and Shamar Savage.
Shamar Savage. I thought I saw him in pregame down there.
Yep. We do have some scores from around the area. Mission Prep up 56-0 on Alpaw. St. Joe up 25-6 on Paso. Orcutt Academy leads Layton 28-14. Carpinteria leads Santa Clara 24-7. Napomo and Pioneer Valley are tied at 7. That's the game that our pal Bobby Kennedy is working.
Ah, yeah.
The Atascadero is trailing Arroyo Grande 21-0 in the third quarter. The Dodgers trail the Brewers in the bottom of the 7th. And perhaps the big one, Dos Pueblos scored shortly before halftime to tie the game with San Ynez at 21.
Ooh, that is a big one.
That's a dandy.
Lots resting on the results of that game.
Uh-huh.
As far as the Channel League is concerned.
Well, and the Pirates would love to lock up a guaranteed playoff spot.
The poor Pirates, they have been, 8-2 and 7-3 for several years in a row here and still miss the boat when it comes to postseason. Be nice to see the Pirates get in this year.
High kick.
Followed at the 5, picked up at the 9.
And that's Schaefer, I think.
Gets up to the far hash mark. Indeed, Schaefer on the return across the 20 to about the 23-yard line.
I think that was number 43 for the Braves. So that's Aaron Nunez who brought him down.
Likely to see a lot of new numbers and clean jerseys here in the second half for Lompoc. First down, San Marcos from their 23, I believe. Clock stopped, so we are not in a running clock situation at the moment. Back to pass on first down. Throw was incomplete through the hands at the 30. Intended receiver was Jack Huffman. Nick Dominguez back on defense for the Braves on that one. Went down awkwardly and is kind of dangling his arm a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to get it loosened up.
Shake that one off a little bit. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
$338. Pull out your tickets. I'll announce it after the next play.
Lots of nice cars circling the track here at halftime as well.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful blue Camaro down there and some antique vehicles. And yeah, just gotta love homecoming.
Yeah, and Greg would take all the cars.
Yes, I would. 2nd down, rolling, throwing on the run. This one will be caught, I believe.
I think so.
Lompoc says no.
They're gonna talk it over. But I think they're going to
give it to him, I guess, just across the 30-yard line.
That was an excellent catch by Amari Zuniga. Pickup of about 7.
We're going to call it 3rd and 2 from just short of the 31.
And he had to go and pick that one off his shoelaces. And while he was
well done to grab that one.
Running full speed.
He just won $338.
2nd and 2, one receiver wide to either side.
Lompoc fakes the blitz and then drops out.
Pass is picked off. Gardner's got it. And he'll return it inside the 25 to the 24.
Gardner with the interception for the Braves.
Luke Gardner grabbed that one just past the 40 and returns it about 15 yards for the Braves and the 3rd turnover of the night for the Royals. And things just not going as they drew it up.
And the Braves have been picking off passes right and left the last few weeks.
Indeed.
And looky here.
Ticket number 988-9125.
Number 12 coming into the game for the Braves. Desperately searching our notes. Okay, running play off to the right.
That's number 26, Tyler Rounds with the carry.
Tyler Rounds takes it off right tackle and gets stopped short.
Takes it 2nd and 12 for the Braves.
Loses a couple. 2nd down and 11 or 12 from just outside the 25. Number 12 is Brandon Becerra. Number 12 is not Brandon Becerra. Number 12 is unknown. But this
Yeah, I believe
is
it's
that's
Daniels.
Daniels who gets run out of bounds on the near side.
Number 3, Callan Daniels forced out by number 21.
I got all excited. I finally found somebody with a number 12, but he was wearing the wrong jersey. So the Braves breaking out all the substitutions here tonight.
It's a good kind of bench clearing.
Mm-hmm.
As we are down to 10 minutes remaining here in the third. It's 3rd and 10. Daniels picked up the 2.
Where's the ball? At the 24-yard line. One receiver to either side. Daniels here to the near side. That's Scenario up top. Back to pass, complete on the run, and down at about the 19-yard line as the flag comes in late.
Yeah.
Pass was complete to number 33, Frank Lopez.
Frank Lopez caught the ball.
Flags out there on the field.
Picked up about 5, I think, but we'll see about the Hankies.
While we wait for them to sort it
Officials
out,
discussing it.
988.
Looks like the play was good down to about the 19.
Owing some money.
Maybe just smidgen inside the 19. But
2 flags down, one on either side of the field. And
ineligible receiver downfield and face mask. And
against
they will
the Royals.
Offset, and so guess what? We get to do it all over again.
Kind of like that play never happened, actually.
Face mask against the Royals. They offset, making it 3rd and 10 once again.
So they clean the jersey number 12. We'll come back out with the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 24 once again. See if we can find out who that is for you. Looking for the signal. There'll be lots of subs here in the second half. Back to pass. Throwing
nice
deep
throw
into the end zone. Double coverage.
Holy cow, that's touchdown!
Christian
Christian Canario grabbed that out of the air
in the middle of double coverage.
2 receivers there in the corner of the end zone, and Canario somehow dug that out for the score. Great catch, and might I add, very nice touch on that pass.
Indeed.
So even the subs are rolling here tonight for the Braves. 9:03 left here in the third. It's now 46-0.
Braves line up to kick the extra point.
And the Braves will actually take a timeout before a PAT. There's one you don't see all that often.
Yeah. I'm not sure we want to make a habit of that.
Could be a point where you need those later on in the season. Clock stop, 9:03 left.
Once again, we'd like to thank Sunset Auto Center. Got 2 great.
And you're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And KTNK, 1410 AM on the Braves Radio Network.
Don't forget, your family and friends from outside the listening area can also check out the games at kpegradio.com, streaming live around the world.
And these games are archived on the City of Lompoc YouTube channel.
Yes, indeed.
For all your maintenance needs, the sales department is open Sunday through Saturday.
And if you love drama, you can also check out city council meetings in the archives there as well.
Yeah.
Chevrolet, on you roads.
So, the Braves have decided what they're going to do. Not sure what all the
I think
the questions were about, but
I think the clock was ticking down because I think there's a bunch of guys out there that aren't normally out there, per se.
There's a snap. The kick is away.
And it is.
It is good. That was Anguiano.
Anguiano is good. Giving Lompoc 47.
So, 9:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Lompoc has now extended its lead. It's Braves 47, Royals nothing. One has to wonder when the running clock discussion will begin.
Well, with us, it began a while back. So
it did. In the fourth quarter, it's officials' discretion.
Yeah. Prior to that, it's up to the agreement of both coaches.
this point, I can't imagine that the Royals would have any thoughts of a miraculous comeback.
It would indeed be miraculous, but I think that's about the only way it would happen. That was a nice toss.
Well, guess what? As we speak, the clock has started to run.
Okay.
So there's the answer to that. We have just now entered running clock mode. So don't blink. This game will be over in a heartbeat.
Was 9:03. Now it's 8:23.
47-0. Lompoc rolling here at homecoming.
And it could be worse. Oh, nice kick.
Nice kick. Fielded at about the 2-yard line.
And that's Schaefer
again, trying to get to the far sideline. Gets out to about the 20. Where
he
gets brought down.
He gets sidelined indeed.
Ray's doing a good job on kick coverage tonight as well. Pretty much Ray is clicking on all cylinders this evening, other than a few errant passes. That this game could be even more lopsided than it is.
Mm-hmm. Some missed passes and some missed extra points.
So 1st and 10 for the Royals from their own 20. Partee from the shotgun. Throws this one deep down the middle.
And
this one's going to get picked off. Daniels has got it at the 40. Reverses direction to midfield. Lines up some blockers. Gets down the near sideline, still on his feet inside the 30 and out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And a late throw out of bounds is going to draw a flag.
Got thrown into the kicking net over there. And
completely unnecessary. That's 5 yards out of bounds. And that's got to drive coaches crazy. And like things aren't bad enough, you're going to give them 15 yards on top of something like that.
He returned it to about the 26.
26. That'll be half the distance from there. That's the 4th turnover for the Royals tonight.
4th interception for the Braves, and they're 8th in the last 3 games, if I remember correctly.
That's personal foul, late hit, San Marcos.
The flag is signaled as a personal foul against the Royals.
They're going to mark that off from the 25. 15-yard penalty in this case because they're inside the 30. It'll be half the distance and come down somewhere around the 13 or so. There we go, 13-yard line.
And the clock has continued to run. The Braves will take over possession with just over 6 minutes.
All of a sudden, the third quarter is halfway gone. 6 minutes remaining. That's amazing.
And the ball's at the...
So the subs trying to get another score.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Rounds in the backfield.
They were in the full house, and then they broke that.
High formation now, number 12 under center. Rounds gets the carry.
Nice
breaking
run.
Tackles through the middle and down to about the 5-yard line goes Tyler Rounds.
That's number 6, Tyler 26, Tyler Rounds on the carry.
Put him at the 6-yard line officially. Should be a few yards short of a first.
Yeah. Picked up about 6. 7.
Give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Ball at the 6-yard line.
And nothing fancy about that one. That was just power football.
Rounds again in the backfield. He'll take the pitch this time. Powers inside the 5, close to the 3-yard line. Should be enough to move to give him a first down. Indeed it is.
4:55 and counting.
It'll be first and goal from the 3. Braves again on the move. 4.5 remaining here in the third. Up 47-0 and looking for more. Rounds again. The lone back. He'll get the carry. A big gap off the right side. Did he get in? Still fighting. Looks like he came up just short.
Him about half a yard short.
That's number 26, Tyler Rounds with the carry once again.
It's been the Tyler Round show here in the third quarter so far for Lompoc. It's second and goal from inside the 1. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. 47-0. Braves on top. And they're about 18 inches from adding some more to that. Rounds again. Takes the pitch. Tries to slips as he makes his cut towards the end zone, and he'll lose about a yard or so. Or half a yard anyway, and it'll be a third down and goal. Looks like he might have been able to punch that one in. He had had the angle on it, but lost his footing on the cut.
Yeah, lost a half a yard back out to the 1.
It'll be a third and goal. Well, at about the 1.5. We'll see what Lompoc comes up with.
This has been the Tyler Rounds show.
It certainly has.
Carried 1, 2, 4 consecutive times here.
I wouldn't be surprised to make that 5.
Oh,
Bobble, the snap is loose in the backfield in a dog pile at about the 3. Let's see who comes up with it.
12 dove for it. I don't know if he came up with it, but loss of about half a yard back out to the 2.
The Braves will maintain possession. Actually, out to the 3. It'll be fourth down and goal from the 3-yard line. Braves having a little bit of trouble with that snap. Not surprised, actually. A lot of new numbers out there on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Shot from the shotgun. Interesting. Number 12 tries to follow his blockers inside and is going to come up just short, I think.
Oh. Pick up of a couple yards, but nice job defensively.
So the Royals with the goal line stand here. They deny the Braves first and goal from the 3, and they come up empty. And San Marcos will take over first and 10 from their own 2, I think. Yeah, 2. With 1:45 and counting left here in the third quarter. 47-0 is our score. The Lompoc Braves on top. They've had control of this one since the very first play of the game, which they scored on. San Marcos, running play, left tackle, nowhere to go.
And lost this coach, maybe.
Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it second and 10.
I think that was Schaefer.
Like that was number 40, Dave Sterndal on the carry.
Number 40, Dave Sterndal.
Second and 10 for the Royals.
No gain. Maybe the loss of the nose of the football.
Lots of subs on the defensive side for the Braves as well here.
Mm-hmm. Royals spread the field.
Second and 10. Partee rolling, throwing on the run. Got a man complete at the 25 and out of bounds out across the 30.
It was number 5.
Josh Brown on the catch and run. And a nice gain for the Royals. Daniels out in coverage for the Braves. Knocks him out of bounds. But a big play for San Marcos gives them a first and 10 at their own 33. Shouldn't that be the 32? The way tonight's been going?
Yeah.
Breaking the pattern here. I'm not sure I like that.
And we may get a playoff here. It's 15 seconds.
3 receiver set. Partee takes the shotgun snap. Looking left under pressure. Dumps it off. Had a screen set up to Schaefer. Incomplete.
Yep. Beautiful call, but the pressure from number 33 for the Braves, that's Frank Lopez. He was in there like a shot. And,
Partee had to dump that one off before he was ready, and falls incomplete. That brings us to the end of the third quarter, folks. 12 minutes, and a very quick 12 minutes it will be left here in this one. It is Lompoc 47, San Marcos nothing. You are listening to the game of the week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you tuning in tonight and all season long. We've got one more game left on the regular season schedule. That is 1 week from tonight. We'll be back here right at Pop Stadium for the big game, Cabrillo versus Lompoc, in big game version 2018.
Well, looks like the Royals will go down to their 31st loss to the Braves here tonight. It was against 19 victories. They were looking for number 20.
San Marcos will drop to 1-3 in league, 2-7 on the year.
San Marcos actually won 9 of the first 10 games between the two, starting in 1959.
Braves have apparently taken the upper hand since then.
Indeed. They have done pretty well in the last few.
2nd and 10 for the Royals as they turn around and go the other way. San Marcos now running from right to left on your radio dial. Plenty of protection. Throw across the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was
number 5,
Josh Brown again.
And it was thrown into a crowd. There were
a lot of Braves defenders in the area.
Safety and a couple linebackers were interested in Mr. Brown.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 10. The ball at the, interesting. Now it is at the 32. How's that work? Okay, 1 receiver up top, 2 here to the near side, 1 wide, 1 in the slot. Partee from the shotgun.
Rolls to the left under heavy pressure.
Nowhere to go, tucks it away. Going to get some positive yardage out of it. Gets close to the 40-yard line before he runs out of bounds.
And Christian Tenorio was coming up with some steam, and Partee decided to exercise his right to exit the field.
Which is probably a wise call.
6-yard pickup.
Out to the 39 goes Partee. It'll be 4th down. 4th and about 4.
And they will apparently go for it.
Call it 4th and 3 for the Royals.
Clock's still running here with 10:30.
Yeah, why would you not go for it at this point, I guess? 4 receivers set for the Royals, 3 up top, 1 here to the short side. Partee takes the snap, looking right all the way. We'll dump this one off, incomplete at the far sideline, right at about at the 1st down marker.
Partee was looking at a free runner for the Braves that was coming in. That was Devin Brown.
Lance Sterndahl, the intended receiver. But the Royals will turn it over on downs after the incomplete pass. It'll be 1st down Braves from the 39. That is the San Marcos 39. Clock running, 9:45 left here, as Mike would say, in regulation.
Oh, we always try and be generous here.
Yeah. Braves will send 2 receivers up top, Tenorio and Daniels.
There's a run weak side.
As Tyler Rounds again, getting a lot of work here in the second half. Gets inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Nice big run for number 26. And a 1st down for Lompoc. So I'm liking what I see from number 26 here tonight, Mike.
Yeah. Had a little bit of trouble punching it in, but this group of Braves have done pretty well tonight. Oh, nice cut to the left.
Rounds will keep it again. Flags flying in everywhere as Rounds will get knocked out of bounds on the far sideline inside the 10.
Picked up about 15 or 16, but
I can pretty much guarantee you this one's coming back.
But the hanky back towards the line of scrimmage, and I would imagine we're going to have a hold here.
And there's the official call. Holding it is against the Braves.
Flag has been signaled as a holding against the Braves.
So that will get a nice run for Rounds and back us up about 10 to the 30-something. 30. Tell me it's the 32. Come on. Yes. It's the 32-yard line, Mike.
10-yard penalty makes
It's amazing how that works.
And during the course of this penalty, we've had about 30 seconds run off the clock already.
Inside 8 minutes left here in the 4th and final quarter.
1st and 18.
Tyler Rounds again. And the ball comes loose as he fights for extra yardage, and it looks like the Royals might have covered that up. Yes. First turnover for the Braves this evening. As Tyler Rounds can't hang on to it, and the Royals pounce on the loose ball, and they'll take over.
7:25 and counting.
Give San Marcos the ball at their own 30. It'll be 1st and 10 with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the fourth. 47-0 is our score. Lompoc leads the Royals. From the shotgun.
Need a 2-yard pickup here.
Yes, we do.
Throwback screen.
Complete. Nice little wedge of blockers and a sprint down the far sideline. Look out. Look out to the 20.
Tenorio.
He is gone.
And who was that? That was Schaefer, and he finally broke one loose.
Well, there goes the shutout. 47-6. That was a 70-yard screen completion and run by Tommy Schaefer. And finally, the Royals are on the board. And once he broke it, he showed some excellent speed down that far sideline.
6:18 on the clock.
47-6 with the point after coming.
And Jonesy will be a little disappointed, but not really all that upset by that one.
Well, he's got 2s and 3s out there in the field right now.
Yeah,
So
I think there might be some 4s and 5s. And in case you're wondering, Lompoc doesn't really have 4s and 5s.
Point after is good, so with 6 minutes, 18 seconds remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. Our score is now Lompoc 47 and San Marcos 7.
And the happy part of that for you, Greg, was did you see who kicked that?
Who kicked that?
32.
Number 32. It's the little things that make us happy, ladies and gentlemen. 47-7.
That and the NyQuil.
Clock stopped momentarily for the score. So the Braves' starting defense will come up with another shutout tonight. The starters only gave up a field goal last week on the Saturday night game against Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
So do we expect an onside kick here from the Royals?
I wouldn't be surprised. The Braves are all kind of squished up there. Not the hands team, but they have the deep man is at the about the 12.
Now try a little pooch kick to try and drop it over the front line. Bobbled at the 25, but picked up. That looks like Oscar. No, that's Nick. Nick Dominguez, and he'll get out to the 28-yard line before he's wrestled down.
That's number 2, Nick Dominguez on the return.
So the Braves will take over. 1st and 10. Looks like they'll put it at about the 28-yard line.
29-yard line.
Looks like they'll end up putting it right at the 30 when it all said and done. Clock running, 5:40 remaining in the game.
Probably be about 5:25 by the time they actually snap this. So they're
Number 12, again, under center for the Braves. I'm sorry we have not been able to track down who that is, but we will find out before next week.
Daniels in motion.
Handoff.
Is that Rounds again?
Rounds, I think. Tyler Rounds fighting his way for yardage and gets across the 35.
That's number 26, Tyler Rounds.
Picked up about 7.
Other than that fumble there in the last time, Tyler Rounds doing a nice job here for the Braves with the ball.
6-yard pickup, makes it 2nd and 4 on the Braves.
Second down and about, what are we going to say, 7 from the 36.
kind of a long three.
Clock running, 4:30 remaining here in the fourth. Looks like Rounds again. He'll get tackled in the backfield. And
Great, absolutely a great play there by number 56, Brighton Park of the Royals. He in there on the D line, and he just absolutely stoned it.
Loss of a yard back at the 35.
The guy's trying to block him and then reached around behind the guy who was blocking him and grabbed the running back.
That's nice. Third down for the Braves. 3rd and 4 from the 35. One receiver wide to the top. Daniels in motion. The give is to Rounds. Finds some room off of left tackle. Gets into the secondary and gets wrestled down across the 40 at about the 41. Should be enough to move the chains for the Braves, however.
With 3:40.
Indeed it is. First down Lompoc from their own 41-yard line. 3.5 remaining here till the end of this one.
Royals brought a blitz that time, and the blitzer was absolutely stoned, and Rounds ran right in the hole where the blitzer had vacated.
Where he used to be.
3:15 and counting.
2 wides for the Braves. Fumble on the shotgun snap. Picked up, however, by number 12, and he'll get wrestled down for a loss, but a flag comes in at the end of the play. Right there where the quarterback went down. Usually not a good sign for the defense.
Braves, but there is a flag on the play.
Loss of a couple on the play, and we'll see about the flag. Clock continues to roll as we head under 3 minutes.
Face mask called against the Royals on the tackle.
A lot of face masks tonight.
Yeah, quite a few. Braves, declined the penalty, I'm thinking?
It's like first and...
It might have been the 5 yard.
Anyway, it's first and about 7. Figure that out from the 44. Rolling. Throws on the run, complete. That was Frank Lopez, who makes a juggling catch at the 49-yard line.
And he was wide open in the... And we have another penalty, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer against the Royals. That is just like horrible.
The pass to Lopez got it out to the 48 of Lompoc.
Add 15 more to that. Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
15 yards is going to be tacked on for the end of that play.
So they're still marching this one off. All the way down to the 36.
And we're at 145 and counting.
47-7 is the score. The Braves have a 1st and 10 at the San Marcos 36.
Daniels and Christian Tenorio out wide left.
High formation.
Draw to Rounds, who's got a bunch of running room.
Nice room on the far sideline. It'll get pushed out of bounds or inside the 20 on the far sideline.
That's number 26, Tyler Rounds on the carry.
Generally, that would stop the clock, but not this time. First down Braves with just over a minute to play. They'll have to snap the ball one more time. The ball is at the 19. 1st and 10 for the Braves from there. Clock running, 45 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 Braves from the 19. And the Braves in no hurry. They'll have to snap this, like I said, one more time, and they will be content to take a knee, which is the proper thing to say. Player of the game announcement coming up.
It has been decided that we are going to give it to the big men up front, represented by number 78, Guerra Hernandez, for all those holes that are opened up for our running backs tonight.
Going to give it to the entire offensive line.
Well, they're going
to Guerra Hernandez.
Guerra Hernandez and Mr. Lucatero and the rest of them
Honorable mentions? That's the final buzzer. It's 47-7, our final score here tonight. And it was Lompoc all night long.
Jacob Nunez, number 77, played exceptionally well. Giovanni Lucatero, Guerra, Romeo Barcelona.
This was a dominant performance from start to finish for Lompoc.
I think about a couple of those plays in the first half where Iribarren just stood there looking for somebody to come open, and there was nobody within 8-10 yards of him. So the line, it all starts with the offensive line, and if they're playing well, you got a real good chance of doing something good.
And as Coach said in the interview, if you caught that in pregame, he actually used the phrase, defense wins championships.
Yeah.
And the Braves defense is really stepping up to the challenge here this last few weeks.
I tell you, when your opponent has 11 possessions and you got 4 picks, that's really going to help.
Yes, indeed. So the Braves go to 4-0 in the Channel League. They are 7-2 on the year.
Have clinched at least a share of the championship, and the only road bump in their way to another league championship is the Cabrillo Conquistadors next week.
Indeed, 1 week from tonight, the big game will take place right here at Houck Stadium. Lompoc is the home team this year, and so the Cabrillo Conquistadors will come visit Houck Stadium.
Yeah, and I have some recent personal experience with road bumps.
Yes, you do, as a matter of fact.
So we'll
they can be dangerous and painful. So
yes, they can.
Let's leave it at that. So the Braves, start to finish, take care of business here tonight. San Marcos now falls to 1-3 in league. They are 2-7 on the year. They are now officially out of the playoff hunt.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in the third game next week, because it looks like, I'm trying to
see if we can get a final
DP
update. Yeah, that's an interesting game that we need to watch carefully as the teams are out congratulating themselves. Now San Marcos is heading off the field. The Braves fans are out there congratulating their players.
And we just had a turnover on downs with DP getting the ball at San Ynez's 47 with Dos Pueblos up 35-28. And I believe that's in the fourth quarter. Yeah, there's about 5 minutes to go in the fourth. So that one is still...
So DP with the edge, but it could go either way at this point. So,
indeed.
Okay, that's going to be a one to watch. One of those teams will be at 3-1, one game back of the Braves, with one game to play.
The other game that everybody's watching in the area is that Napomo Pioneer Valley game. And that's also about 5 minutes to go in the fourth. And Napomo leads that 14-13.
Ooh. So some close games going around.
This one not being one of them.
Yeah, this was not one of them. The Braves dominate from start to finish. 47-7 is the score. Don't forget, we will be back right here in Houck Stadium next week, 1 week from tonight, as the Cabrillo Conquistadors take on the Lompoc Braves in the final game of the regular season. So, for Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, and for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for putting up with us and joining us this evening. We appreciate you listening in. We'll be back again to do it next week. Our final score once again from Houck Stadium this evening, Lompoc 47, San Marcos 7. Good night, everybody.
Can't buy me love. People always begging. Now I will tell you. Something tells me it's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Now that's KPEG 100.9 FM.
There's a soft, sweet space on the back of your neck. Smells like rain. There's a way you look at me, baby. Heals my pain. Now I've studied every inch of your body. Baby, what's on your mind? The touch of your skin just pulls me every single time. There's a silent conversation filled with hidden revelations in your eyes. Baby, I'm so into you. Every whisper from your soul to my heart. Baby, I know it's true. You're a sweet little mystery sent to me from the stars. And that's the beauty of who you are.